Hello, I really appreciate you guys taking out the time to come and meet with me. I know that you guys were having some conflict within the Somerville community district, issues within the businesses and different things being brought up within the neighborhood. So, with us today, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're a pro-business administrator,
Yes.
and you're one of the residents of
Yes.
Somerville community. Okay, and then you are a small business owner as well, right? Okay, well, whoever would like to start, I'm here to listen. I'm all ears. I would love to see what you guys think and have to say about the issues.
Well, from the pro-business side, I'm not really sure what my role is because this doesn't affect me. So I'm not the one with the conflict. I'm just here so that they can voice their opinion and feel heard.
I just feel like I've been a resident here at Somerville for about 10 years now, and I wanted to see things improved within our community, and I thank you all for being able to do that. However, my concern is I feel like we were left out of the meeting, and I'm concerned that the value of my housing is going to increase, and also that the value of schools in the area may increase. And that's just a great concern of mine. And I just feel like as if we were left out. And me being a resident here for 10 years, I felt like I should have been a part of that meeting.
And that's understandable. You want to feel included. You want to feel like you are a part of the discussion being had at the table because you do have a seat at that table. You are a resident within the community. I can see how you would feel it's important that you also have a voice. And I agree as well. What do you think about the issues going on?
I agree with what the residents were saying. Being in that small business, we were here for, over 20 years, and so we kind of have like that landmark here, and to have, you guys come in and try to push us out, and you guys are causing, employment to go down, which, isn't positive for us because what if our businesses, are just X'd out completely? Then what are the residents going to do? What are we going to do? When you guys come in. So, my issue was, why weren't we included? What was this?
To be honest, we just didn't see the importance of you guys being included.
Why not?
Because for us, we're talking to the people who are really bringing the money to the table. We're talking to the people who are really about building this community up. We're not necessarily trying to discredit, their position. However, we're trying to increase the value of the neighborhood, and if they can't afford to live in the neighborhood after that happens, then there's nothing that we can do about that. I'm just sorry to hear that.
I think the issue is, though, it's almost like you're a third party person coming in somewhere that's foreign to you. These people are native to their land. Basically, they've grown up in these neighborhoods. They've been going to the same corner store since they were 5, and now they're grandparents, and this neighborhood is just it has tradition.
It's a mess. Have you seen it? And so that's what I'm trying to get everybody to understand.
It may be a mess, but it's our mess.
Right.
And I understand that you're coming into...
And I have to clean up this mess. And that's what I don't think that y'all understand. I think that you want to bring me here and you want to talk to me.
Well, we also want to hold on to our community and our history. And that's what matters to us the most.
What's important for this neighborhood to flourish and for you to be able to do the job that you were paid and brought in to do is that everybody works together inclusively as a team.
The problem is I get to be paid.
Don't you think it would be smart or at least strategic that you at least speak to the homeowners and the business owners within this community before you start making drastic changes that can affect their lifestyle, that can affect their homes, their children, their schools, their property values, and things of that nature?
And I think even with small businesses, you guys are coming in, building or taking all this land to try to build up all this other stuff. Well, why don't you come to us and kind of ask us what needs to be here? Because I have this hardware shop that's specifically dedicated to that, and you guys come over here and just build a whole new big one. What am I gonna do? What are all my workers gonna do? Nothing. We're not gonna be able to work for you because all these people who are moving in are gonna try to work for you over there. So it's where was the communication? It was just completely lost.
You're exactly right. The communication, I'm not going to say it was lost. It was intentionally not had. And from the pro-business side, when when we have our board meetings and we talk about, you know, the things that need to happen in the community, we are brought in to do a job for other people. So it's not like our position is just we don't care about y'all at all. But our job is not our job is not to care about you. I was brought in to come in to do a job to make the community better, to build better businesses, to bring more money to this area, and so that's what I'm doing. So I understand your position at this point, but prior to sitting down and having this conversation with you guys from our side, that's not something that we were viewing. We have an agenda, and so we've been trying to keep that agenda. So if that has come across to you guys as being disrespectful as the residents of this community or as the small business owners of this community, then we apologize for that. We do ask that you guys understand our position as well. Just like your position is important to you, when your position is important to you, so is ours.
I think, well, for starters, I'm glad that everybody's had the opportunity to share, because the more that we open up, I think the better it'll be. You know, it'll be for us to work together. But I think what I'm hearing is that somebody above our pro-business administrator's head made the decision for these changes. You know, either a council member, you know, the mayor, whoever was in charge, and then they brought in the pro-business administrators to implement these changes. And unfortunately for, you know, the residents and the small business owners, you guys are taking your frustration out on the pro-business administrator because, you know, that's who you see up front. But I think that it's kind of, in a sense, we're shooting the messenger because, you know, they were given a job to do. And unfortunately, that job is negatively impacting the community in which we live. But I don't think, you know, we should be fighting with them. I think it would be better if we just try to, you know, all work together as a team just for the betterment of the neighborhood. Do you think that it's possible, like, that we can sit down and just discuss a few things, you know, before you smash all the buildings and take away, you know, the business?
I can definitely talk to the other partners, the other board members, and see if maybe we could have you and maybe some other residents of the community come in and talk about the importance that this community has in their lives, as well as other small business owners or, you know, just people in the same community to come and say, like, why is this important to you? Because, like I said, the people above us feel that this community is just
run down,
has no, you know, no value to it. And so if there's another side where you can come and talk about the value and talk about the importance and talk about what this means to you, and you share that with them, then that could be a start to at least pausing some stuff for a while to get all sides of the story.
I think that would be pretty positive and like impactful for us to kind of just go and, you know, say our few words and kind of just hear the feedback from everyone else.
Right.
I think that's a great idea because clearly what's happening is the neighborhood is being gentrified. You know, and with gentrification, I think the reason why it has such a negative stigma attached to it is because people come in and they just wipe everything out that these people who have been living here for their whole lives are used to, and that's all they know and that's all they have. And to have somebody come in and just rip it all up, you know, that has to feel, you know, horrifying. So if before you guys do that, if we could just kind of work together just to, you know, make some agreements. Let's say you might want to build a coffee shop up the road and tear down a small business, but there might be a business that's already there that might want to merge with you on something else. So instead of that coffee shop, maybe let's get a grocery store within the community. That way they're not traveling 5 miles into a different town to get their groceries because all they have is a Family Dollar and Dollar General, things like that. I think it would be better if we can just try to work together in that instance. What do you guys think?
I can understand that.
I think that's a great idea.
We'll be willing to do that.